When I grow up, I want to delight in the sublime study of quantum mechanics, unravel the mysteries of our own universe.
Sublime. When I grow up, I want to be a truck driver like my daddy.
When I grow up,
you best believe I'm dropping that motherfucking link. What else would I do at 18, bitch? You gonna see me fucking everywhere popping this fucking ass.
Why so many girls are waiting to turn 18?
They wanna turn 18 to pop pussy, goddammit.
excuse my bluntness, they want to discover themselves and meet new people. You see, 18 is a big year. When we all turned 18, we had a friend who immediately got a job. Another was trying to make a pro in some FPS game. We all had that one scenic adventurer friend who you'd hear from like twice a month maximum. And of course, you had the friend who was trying to do YouTube. But this doesn't sound LA enough for Katie. Katie yearns for sunbathing on a Mexico trip with her girlies, a performative content relationship with some streamer, and a depressed father to tip her another $100 while she sits in some billionaire's private jet. The lives of these OnlyFans trollops is colorful, leisurely, and I must say, filled with much coitus. So with that being said, let's dive into some of the OnlyFans final bosses. Cannot start the segment without mentioning the current LeBron James of this shit, Sophie Rain. Listen to me and listen to me closely, folks. You do not drop a 40 million debut season and get labeled anything besides generational talent. 2024 was a year everyone thought she would be a rookie, but she showed the entire world what youth, momentum, and a little bit of Latino can do to the scoreboard. Surpassing veterans in her first year and being labeled the face of the franchise puts her at a deserving S tier. Now, if she can keep this up, who knows? I will say I'm quite optimistic. She does have age on her side, but speaking of age, let's talk about the youngest headline grabber stepping onto the court, Piper Raquel. I must say the preseason hype was for sure questionable, but once the season tipped off and the earnings sheet came out, the numbers were undeniable, folks. Reported $2.9 million. And in this league, points are points. You can debate the optics, you can debate the timing, but you cannot debate production. I will say though, there's quite a tragic upbringing story with this one, but we've seen time and time again that some of our best players arise from the toughest environments. For that, I'll put her at B tier. She could easily get herself to A tier or maybe even S tier. She has a lot of time to really master and tone her craft. Next up, coming in hot like a deli curry, Mia Khalifa. Now, we cannot talk GOAT talk without mentioning her. The perfect middle point for guys getting into watching the games and guys who have been tuning into the games for years. Mia Khalifa's Hall of Fame career has been a roller coaster for fans all over the world to watch. When she stepped into OnlyFans, it wasn't about proving she could score. It was about building a legacy and building a narrative that she is the top of the crop. Most new talent praise this veteran's game and their decade-long dominant run, but after a decade in the sport, things are gonna fall off and decay a little. I'm sorry guys, just what it is. So for that, I'll put the Hall of Famer in A tier. An honorable mention goes to Bad Baby. Everyone treated her as a meme, but memes do not clear 8 figures, quite frankly. Corinna Kopf, the real all-American package deal, a bit of an attitude. And lastly, Lil Tay, who put the world in cardiac arrest with a sudden reappearance. Keep an eye out for this one, we could see her in the big league soon. Anyway, what do all of these women have in common? That's a heavy loaded question, so let me just give you the answer. They inspire the future generation of women. What girl wouldn't want the CEO of Astronomer, the Coldplay guy, to spend $250,000 on them? What girl wouldn't want a guy to spend $135,000 on them while his wife is on the other side of the room battling an aggressive form of cancer? What girl wouldn't want a Charlie in their life to spend $4.7 million on them? You know, I really should have been more involved with this when I was 18. Instead, me and the boys were trying to strip mine at the correct Y level.
Oh, dude, fuck this. I'm leaving. It's fucking stupid.
Dude, we so close. Why are you
Let's just trade with the villages, dude. Why do we gotta do this?
Dude, we so close.
Dude, fuck this. I
got a good feeling about this, bro. You see, 18 is a year that you can finally do what you wanted to do at 17. Except this time it's legal and you might get paid in doing it. So it's no surprise when you see how luxurious these OnlyFans final bosses' lives are, that there will be many 18-year-old women who would want to grab a piece of that success. And believe me, there are plenty of 17-year-olds already fully prepared and trained for the day they turn 18. They go from having no age in their bio to 18 years old, 40% off the first month. Like bro, they think so little of themselves. They almost treat themselves like they're auctioned products.
Buy one, get two free, folks. 80% off this Friday. Only $2.99. $2.99. Do I see a hand? Do I see a hand? Nope, that's just a dick.
More and more women are getting into creating content. I mean, we've all seen those street interviews where the guy asks, "So, what do you do for work?"
I create content.
Ah, no way. Me too.
Cool.
I've always enjoyed making content. I love making cool videos, you know? It's a lot of hard work, but my God, it tickles my soul with much exuberance.
Yeah, it's so hard.
More and more women are going into sex work, which has always been a thing before, but with the rise of OnlyFans, it has only made it worse. Leo Radvinsky, the creator of OnlyFans, rightfully deserves the King Pimp Award. While everyone was fixated on Andrew Tate's measly operation, Leo had his Ukrainian fingertips over thousands of very hard-working hustlers. And I will call them hardworking hustlers, because imagine how exhausted you would be if you had to reply under every tweet ever made. Imagine how exhausted you would be if you had to eat a sandwich and got paid $100 in doing so. My God, I could never. Now, this video isn't a video about hate. I actually think these women are incredibly smart, utilizing their value, understanding the demands of the market, and delivering on results each day is honestly some Walter White shit, yo. I see many videos on YouTube about OnlyFans creators, and the guy in the video will talk about how wrong it is or that the world has normalized sexualization, which is true, but it's just pointing out the obvious. Like, I don't think it's something worth taking seriously, because at the end of the day, guys will always want to look at a nice rack. The only thing that's outrageous to me is the fact that some guys are fucking paying for it. But I will say though, going on Twitter to see the vast amount of women selling themselves feels very belittling. Young, smart women will default into becoming prostitutes because they see it working for other women. The same way a guy will get into crypto scams because he saw one guy make $6 million off of them. I honestly think no matter who you are, following what's working for others is lame. You are made for more than that, and you should ask more for yourself. We give up so quickly on producing work and creating projects that we actually want to do out of fear of falling behind, or out of fear that the thing that we really want to do isn't going to work out. So then we all just decide to do what is working for the people, and that's not a way to live. You don't want to be the guy who lives in the shadow of someone else. You don't have to be that person. And at the end of the day, you have one life. So chase that fucking dream. Wake up every single day relentlessly working on that goal of yours. Don't be afraid to do things that other people aren't doing. You have one life. This has been a fantastic video to make. I'm CriminalCat. Subscribe if you enjoyed. Peace.